Poznan, Poland.
We need to see some goats.
This feels so strange. That was it.
This was so hard to find. Cheapest pierogi ever.
Nostrovie.
Nostrovie, this is probably the coolest place we've ever had a beer.
Good morning guys, from Poznan, Poland. We finally made it here after the longest travel day from the castle in the middle of nowhere. 2 different trains, 2 different taxis, about 7 or 8 hours. We have made it to the city of Poznan, apparently the birthplace of Poland. It's actually famous for goats and croissants. We'll get to that later. We are actually staying in the heart of the old town, but we have crossed the river to the cathedral island, which isn't an island anymore, to come to the place which really is the centre of the birthplace of Poland.
We're actually staying in the heart of the old town, but thought that over the Warta River was the best place to start today's video. And legend has it that 3 brothers had not seen each other for a long time. They came to the island to reunite and decided to name it Poznan, which means to meet.
It's not an island, I'm really confused. Or maybe it was an island.
I feel like it was an island because obviously you have the river along there, so maybe it was a very tiny island, but for the purposes of the video, they will call it Cathedral Island.
And this right here is the oldest cathedral in all of Poland.
We are walking really fast back to the old town because we've been told at 12 PM we need to see some goats. We've made it and there's already a massive queue for the goats.
This feels so strange. There's we're about 30 or 40 people stood around me looking up at the town hall waiting for the goats to come out.
The crowd has got even bigger. The goats are coming out.
That was it. We're all looking up. I don't know why I'm being quiet. There's a guy playing the trumpet, and I'm watching 2 mechanical goats headbutt each other. That was definitely one of the strangest things I've ever done, or one of the more strange things I've done in my life. Gathered round with 50 to 100 other people watching some mechanical goats come out of the town hall clock tower. A city obsessed with goats. Poznan can be named the city of goats. There is a backstory to why they come out of the clock tower. Many years ago, the town hall, it burnt down. It was rebuilt, so they had a party to celebrate. The chef in charge, he messed up the meat, so he went to get 2 goats, obviously, to cook for the dinner. These goats didn't want to get cooked, ran away up the town hall, hid in the clock tower, and because of that, the mayor, apparently he found it really funny, and he decided that up there should be 2 mechanical goats to symbolise them, and they've been there ever since. 12 PM every day you come here and watch them headbutt each other.
There's one thing that Poland knows how to do very well, and that is a market square. I have loved every single Rynek square here in Poland so far, and I thought I was going to love Poznan's even more. However, they are in the middle of redoing the whole square.
Look at this, you've got all the lovely like old merchant houses, the clock tower, the town hall, and a huge hole.
And yellow builder's hats, but it is still very pretty.
It's actually such a shame that all these works are going on because you've got these 16th century merchant houses behind me. A lot of the old town, like in Wrocław, was destroyed during the war, and it's obviously been redone, but redone so well. It's sort of like Wrocław, but the whole way around with these colourful buildings, but these especially because they're on these stilts, but they're doing something cool. It'll look good in the summer.
Poznan has something else that's weird and wonderful. Croissants. This was so hard to find. You can only get them in specially regulated and legal stores to sell them in. It's pretty incredible, but basically this is the St. Martin's croissant. We had to get it from a bakery around the corner from the old town that has these very beautiful things. The legend has it, there's always a legend here in Poland, legend has it that a special saint, Saint Martin, was riding a horse, lost his horseshoe, a baker saw it and decided to make a pastry in the shape of a horseshoe. It's got icing sugar, it's filled with almonds, topped with almonds, and it's pretty incredible.
I think you should just eat it.
Really?
I think they're over 500 calories each.
They're meant to be eaten on a special day every year, but you can eat them
St.
anyway.
Martin's, I think it's November, we've missed it.
It's not quite a croissant. To me, it's quite bready and it's filled with almonds inside. It's not as sweet as I was expecting, but it's protected and you can only get it in this region.
I'm excited for this. This really can't go wrong, can it? A croissant filled with like all sorts of goodness. I think they also have poppy seeds in, and you can actually go to a museum where you so random, right? Where you can watch these being made. We were going to do it, but we were told that we're not allowed to film if we go there, and we want to show you what the experience is like, so we thought we might as well just buy one and eat it, because who wants to watch one being made? You'd rather eat it, right? And on St. Martin's Day, I think, which is November, over 1 million of these are eaten by tourists and locals. Are like, look at that. Oh, that looks so good.
Tell me if you think it tastes just like a croissant.
Oh, it smells good. It's more doughy.
That's
definitely.
what I thought, very doughy.
It's more like a oh, lots of cinnamon. I feel like it's more like a cake.
That's what I think, like a doughy cake.
I don't know how I'm going to be able to eat all this either. We should have shared one. I've got a lot of walking to do. I've got a lot of making up to do to my body after eating that, but it was really, really good. 81 folds apparently is what makes it. We've just walked off of the Old Town Square. Now, you can't really beat the Polish Old Town Squares. They're colourful, they're full of bars, restaurants. They're touristy, but they're local at the same time. I mean, a lot of people moan about Old Town saying, oh, they're too touristy, but it's got everything you want. They're touristy for a reason, but we are walking off to Molly's favourite cathedral in the city. Well, it will be when we get there, because it is the Pink Cathedral.
This street, oh, you can't even see me. This street is so cool. The big cobbles I keep getting my feet stuck in. The Pink Cathedral, which is in Baroque style. We've seen that a lot in Romania. There's loads of these cute little cafes, and I love the fact that all the buildings are a different colour. Like this one is yellow, that one is green, although I don't really like that colour.
From the old town to an old abandoned brewery. This is Stary Browar. It was a brewery for over 100 years, up until 1980. This whole grounds is a brewery, and they've recently, well, I don't know how recently, turned it into a modern shopping mall. So they've completely kept the old style of the brewery. I felt like I had to come here, check it out, and there's got to be somewhere in there, not just shops. We're not going shopping. We're not going shopping. We're not going shopping. I'm not letting Molly go shopping. I'm on the hunt for it. We've got to have a beer in the old abandoned brewery turned shopping mall. It's so random.
It's so cool because we've been to breweries before, and this is kind of giving me sort of the Guinness in Dublin vibes, with the orange brick and very industrial. But also behind me you might be able to see a huge silver sort of wavy, and that's like futuristic part of the building. They've kept the old style, added the new style, and there's even art exhibitions inside. This is genuinely the coolest mall ever.
They really have kept the old industrial style with the food court there, modern art, but I just love the way it's laid out. I wouldn't normally advocate going to a shopping mall, but this one I'll make an exception. The Stravier.
The Stravier, this is probably the coolest place we've ever had a beer. Behind me you can see, I don't even know what they call them, the old industrial towers that would normally puff out all the
beer smoke.
And then we're just under, like, I don't even know what part we are. It's so cool. But let me just do a taste test. It's a good old Sibiec.
We would find beer in the mall. We had to. I'm saying it. It's going up there. The coolest mall, best mall we have ever been to, and obviously there was no way we were going there and not finding a beer in an old abandoned brewery stroke mall. I was actually sat there looking whether Poznan had any games, football matches this week. Obviously we aren't here at the weekend, which is a shame, but even this weekend they're not playing at home. I really wanted to watch it because Poznan, if you don't know, their football team, the football ground, the fans, they've made a celebration, or I don't even know what you could call it, a dance, the Poznan, really, really famous, where they turn around, turn their backs and just jump up and down. The atmosphere there looks amazing.
But less football, more pierogi. The cheapest pierogi ever.
So many flavours, around 1 zloty each, little hole in the wall. I love this. They've even got the most ridiculous flavour I've ever heard of, and that is Nutella. Look at that. Pure chocolate in a dumpling. I don't know what to make of it. That was such a good find, just walking along. You can literally watch them make the pierogi in front of you. It has like all different types for 1 zloty each, and they have some crazy like dessert
combinations. I love
some very strange combinations. The cheapest I think we've ever had, made fresh in front of you, and they tasted really good considering the price.
This is basically the nightlife street. You've got loads of bars, restaurants and
clubs,
fast food places I was going to say, but clubs as well. And actually we've just spotted,
please be a bar.
There's a huge Lenin statue at the front, and it's called Proletariat, but it doesn't look like it's open.
Let me go and see the seat.
I think.
Let me see. Okay, hold on. Look at this. Look, the hugest Lenin statue. We're coming back here at 5.
It opens at 5. We ended up coming back a little bit later, and this is probably the place of the most Lenin pictures, paraphernalia, memorabilia, whatever you want to call it.
There's literally everywhere.
Wild.
They've even got a statue of one of the leaders of the PRL. Good morning, guys, from Poznan, Poland. That was the craziest, most random, unique bar I've ever been on. It was basically all things Soviet, all things communist. It was cheesy. It was done in a nice way. But we are actually staying in the Puro Hotel. We are in the heart. We really are in the heart of the old town. It's like a 1-minute walk to Main Square, which is nice if you're lazy. Having our morning coffee in their restaurant, Nifty number 20. It's really nice, open plan, and I've got avocado toast on the way. Look at this. It looks so good. I'm very pleased that I went for 2. I think you can eat both of them. I'm
almost certain. Shakshuka, avocado toast, and this place is actually really, really busy. It's nice to finally see somewhere with so many people, with an atmosphere. After the pandemic, obviously it's been really, really hard, but it has a very good avocado toast.
You're not finishing both. There's no chance. We haven't even touched the buffet.
After a very big breakfast, I can't believe it. You can pick from the a la carte and you can have a buffet.
Imagine the waiter's shock that Molly ordered 2 full breakfasts. He's like, there's no way you're finishing that.
Yeah, he was very proud of me, but I am stuffed. I do need to show you where we are staying here in Poznan. Our room is, I don't even know which way to go. This side you have one window, you have our wardrobe space, our desk where I've been, my suitcase, don't look at that. We have the biggest shower, which is very lovely and modern. It even has heated floor. I just had to double check that. Big bed.
Feels very boutique, doesn't it, Puro?
Yeah, it feels so boutique, which has a huge window overlooking parts of the city. They left us chocolates, which I will try in a second, but there's something really, really cool that I want to show you. In the room, you have this
iPad.
And it controls everything. So you can control your light, so we can turn everything off. And it also controls the temperature, and it does all sorts of other things, which is really snazzy and technical. But let me just check.
Oh, let me look at them.
They're almost like truffles. Do you think it's, is it like too early in the morning to try one?
Pop one in, you've had a croissant, so. And you've just had 2 breakfasts, Molly.
That is so good. But Poznan has been very unique. Our first day, very unique, very interesting. Having a huge croissant, going to very unique bars and seeing the colourful city. And staring at goats, yeah. Never did I think I was going to be starting my day staring at goats, but we do have one day left today in Poznan before we leave, and we're going to do something pretty different. So we will see you in the next one for that.